Hi, and welcome to another finished object review video here at M1 Yarns and the Michigan Makers Podcast. I'm Jamie, the knitter and dyer behind m1yarns.com, and you can find me on Ravelry, Instagram, and Facebook at M1 Yarns. So today, fresh off my knitting needles, is this cute summer tank that recently the pattern was released. It's called Another One Shoulder Tank, if I'm getting it right, by Chrystelle Liu. I will insert her information here. And for me, this was a quick scrap buster. Well, it was supposed to be a quick scrap buster. First and foremost, I'm going to throw in some tips and tricks and lessons learned in case you want to make this top. I do highly recommend tank tops because I think they're good stash busters. They're quick. Knit tanks are just super fun for the summer and warmer climates. And so that being said, in classic Jamie fashion, I did not gauge swatch. I just went down a needle size, which I typically do because I'm a loose knitter. And didn't realize till I was about to here on the where you divide for the front that my garment was like this big. Come on, Jamie, pay attention. So lesson number one, always gauge swatch. And if you don't know what that means, if you're a newbie knitter, just Google it. There are lots of videos about it. There are lots of measuring tools that will help you do it accurately. It is so important. So I ripped it out, recast on, gauge swatched. I had to go down 3 needle sizes from what the pattern called for. But that being said, the yarn that I was using was, the pattern's written for Aran weight, and I was holding 2 sport weight cottons together. And I think because sport weight is so, I like to say unregulated. It is like a hodgepodge in between. You'll read a sport weight label and it'll be completely different from another sport weight label. Anyway, so I finally got gauge, allegedly. Everything went swimmingly. I finished. I knit it to pattern, which I never do. I just didn't see a lot of area for modification. I could have lengthened the body, but I actually, in fact, thought that the pattern was exactly how I would want it. So that worked out fine. So you start, it's bottom up. You start with this ribbing, you knit to here, and then you knit this piece in the front. And then you do a similar thing in the back, bind off both, and then you pick up along here and knit this rib band all the way around, and then you knit a piece that connects it. This is where, if you're going to make this pattern, this is where I put my disclaimer. I think I am short in this area. I tried it on after I finished. It seemed to fit. I tried it on with the bra that I wanted to wear. Everything seemed okay. I could have gone down. Don't gauge what I'm about to say by how it looks on me right now. Based on how it looked after I finished, I could have gone down 1 size or another needle size, which probably would have given me similar results. But what I found today, when I went to do finished object photos before this video, was that I was actually finding that this strap, which goes around here, was just too long. I do find that, though, a lot with clothing. So that's something to be aware of if you feel like if you have short shoulders. Is that a thing? So I think it might be important to, I'm gonna have to check the pattern to see if there is a measurement of this band, because I think that's important. So obviously I had bound off. I didn't want to rip out my bind off, rip back my ribbing, unpick my pickup, and knit a shorter band because I wanted to do finished object photos today and be done with this. So I thought about it, and I thought there's got to be a fix. There is always a fix, except when there's not. But I have recently learned steeking, and I thought I should be able to steek the ribbing up here, which no one will see because I wear my hair down like 90% of the time. And even if I wear my hair up, really no one will know. It's just a seam. Who cares? So what I did was crochet picked up. I'll try to insert a photo here because I did take a photo. I crochet picked up along the ribbing, like kind of here-ish, and then on the back, cut out a section like 4 inches, and then mattress stitched or seamed the two as if I was like seaming up a sleeve type of thing. And that shortened this band by the 4 inches that it was too long. And then it kind of moved everything up, tighter, better fit. And now I think I got what I needed. So I think my overall tip is check the schematic of all the measurements and take that into consideration when you pick this up. And if you need to knit the strap shorter, this section up here is where you need to do it. So you can kind of see a little lump where I seamed it. I didn't do a great job, but you can't tell now, can you? So only you guys know. I share all my secrets with you. That's what you're here for. Other than that, oh, so the yarn was a sport weight cotton in like a purplish, bluish that I hand dyed last summer and kept in my stash just for me. I knew one day I'd want to use it. Held with a cotton texture yarn that I've had in my stash forever that is discontinued, and it created this really cool, I don't know, like a really textury, cool effect. All that to say, if I hadn't had the gauge problem in the beginning and the strap problem at the very end, this would have been like a 1 week or less project. So if you're looking for a quick project that maybe you want to knit on a vacation, a stash buster, that sort of thing, or just a fun like tank, highly recommend it. The pattern was written using wool, which I think would be really nice for like an evening version. So I would knit it again, knowing all my tips and tricks now. So thanks for joining me for another finished object review, and I hope your knitting and crocheting is going well. Bye!